Here's how to instantly improve in Modern Warfare 3 with 3 secret tips. The rule is if you learn something from this video, you have to subscribe and hit the like button for the algorithm. And tip number 1 is God spots. The first spot you need to know is by the B bomb site. If you look through the white part of the window, you can actually see diamonds as people are flanking the back alley. And if there's still enough, you can take shots at them too. You can do the same thing from top plat to watch your blue door flank. If you plant for this corner, they haven't patched this, but sadly you can hop on top of the concrete and look through this wall at anybody defusing. You can shoot through it too, just be careful because not all the bullets connect. If you plant B for this corner here, you can run all the way back to the hop up, and this blue tarp is wall bangable if you lay down. Be careful because you have to find exactly where they're at on the bomb. There's no diamond, but you can completely take them out. It's like there's nothing there. If you plant the bomb for this corner, you can wrap back and check it from fire, either through here, or if you crouch through this little bit in the wall right there. If you plant for this corner, back up to apartments, very easy plant spot, but you can check it through this window. On the plat, there's a ton of different jump spots you need to know. The most obvious one is from these 3 boxes. You need to know that if you hold down your jump button, it allows you to continue the mantle all the way up. Depending on the way that you're facing, you can either decide to go into the window or you can decide to go up top. If you jump on the left side of this crate, you can do a single hop all the way up to the water tower. However, if you jump onto the wood and then jump deep right, you can mantle up to this heady and look towards your blue doors there. However, the tricky thing about this jump is once you hit it, you can't always mantle directly up. You have to push forward and left and then forward and right until you see that X to hop button. That means that you're good to mantle up. Also, if you pair that first jump with the climbing boots, it makes this hop up even faster. So on search and destroy, you'll see how much quicker I'm getting up to top blue or up to single window. You should be using these or the lightweight boots to completely change the timing up top. One of my favorite offensive search and destroy routes is to go through garage, bust this door, and the second that you do, swap to your main gun, and then you hop up. Around the time that you're hopping up, you'll hear whether or not the blue doors are being opened. If you don't hear anything, you should slide and cut left, looking towards anybody that's going to be fire. If you do hear the blue doors open, you can either jump up here and chow, or if you have a teammate stunning and nading or smoking this area, you can jump up on top of the water tower and then challenge down this way, or do that funky hop that we said earlier, going up here and then challenging this way. Just be careful of anyone pushing your back alley because they do have faster timing here than you. So you can send a teammate laying down here to watch that back alley push. And if you are the teammate that's watching back alley, you should break open the door and then lay down. That way you have a head glitch over this pallet. And from the opponent's perspective, it's a lot harder to shoot you there than if you were standing up and challenging it. Just be careful of your mid door because some teams will push it in flank. Here on top fire, since this area is a hard point, there's a couple credit spots that you need to know. People love laying down in this corner, but my favorite is actually this corner over here. It doesn't look like much, but from the opponent's perspective, it's kind of hard to see that you're there. People are starting to play for this corner now, so be careful of that. Another great one is laying down behind this desk on the right side, and I can pretty much only see the character's shoulder, whereas from this POV, I can see the entire character's body. But the best spot in P1 that you definitely need to know is this green crate right here. If you hop up and then crouch, you have one of the grossest head glitches in the game that looks over secret push and zig push and everything over here. And here's just how disgusting that head glitch is from the opponent's POV. Even if they hop up here, it's still a hard gunfight to win. Other off angles that you need to know for P1, if you have control of the blue door side of the map, you can hop up on these. That allows you to also look towards secret and towards zig. Same thing with this light here, gives you a nice line of sight, and most opponents really won't be ready for that. Over here, you can actually hop on top of this lamp. You do have to angle yourself and jump over the wall, then crouch. And most people, as they're pushing out from secret, will not be expecting somebody to be right there. Search or destroy on this map is a lot about gathering information and crosses. If you're able to hop up here in TV and angle yourself just right, not only can you hold the push into top TV, if you see that little sliver right there, you can see if anybody crosses towards graffiti. And with that information, the only 2 areas of the map that are open right now are bottom mid and tunnel. So if you can play this information and call it out to your team, you will be a godsend for understanding search and destroy defense. Pushing back towards zig steps, you can hop on this rail, which gives you a head glitch over top of these bricks towards either secret steps or for anybody pushing towards you at zig. Is just as good as the head glitch here at god steps, but it's a little more of an off angle that they might not be expecting. If you find yourself trapped from both top and bottom zig, you can actually tuck yourself in this corner on top of the rail. A lot of people don't know about this corner here. If you hop behind that, you can actually use it as a head glitch and watch over tunnel. Now, it doesn't look insane from this perspective, but from the opponent's perspective, there's just no way that they're winning this gunfight. You can also crouch here and play information. Let's say it's the barber hill. A lot of people will be more focused on the window and on short and not check that deep left corner. Speaking of the barber hill, if you hop up on top of the oven and then the fridge, you can crouch and get way into this corner and protect the hard point from this angle. To counter that, and what you'll need to be careful of, is people will slide into this corner and check that on the left. Y'all will both have an angle on each other from this corner, so just be warned. And regardless of how far you tuck yourself into the corner, they'll still be able to shoot you. Another great corner in the barber hill is back here. If the opponents push from the door on your left, they really won't be able to check that far back. Pushing towards back barber in this pit, you can crouch down and look underneath the dumpster. And the way you angle it, you can see both bottom garage, and if you back up far enough, you can even see top fire and then top fire window on the left side. If you get it just right, you can also watch your barber flank from here. This is a very common head glitch for people to play during this barber hill. One thing you need to know if you're on the other side of this gunfight is that this entire wall is wall bangable. So even if it looks like their head glitch is disgusting, don't count yourself out of that gunfight. You can still shoot back and you can still wall bang them through the wall. If somebody's playing back apartments, let's say they have B bomb down, there's a ton of different ways you can jump up there. One of them is on the other side of this tree, hopping up like so. Of course, all of these windows you're able to jump into. Nothing too fancy about that. If you're playing top apartments, you should know that you can watch the entire cross from single hop towards fire. That way, if your opponents are doing this rush route that we talked about earlier, they'll actually be completely visible from your point of view. And if you don't feel like backing up all the way to apps, you can jump on top of this dumpster and get a smaller angle of the person hitting that rush. A great rush route on defense, especially for AR players, is to slide up secret steps and lay down. That way you can see the single hop and take shots from there. If you stand up, you can have both single hop and bottom mid. Speaking of bottom mid, you can hop up on top of these wood planks. If you crouch, you're kind of protected from secret if they flank, and you can also see bottom mid and the push into B. If you crouch along the left side, you can also see the push from garage. You can see if anybody's pushing garage, just be careful because your bullets do less damage and you don't get any aim assist. During P2 or P5, if you're trying to watch garage flank, you can sit on top of the trash bags. You can also jump into this deep left corner and watch flank this way. A nice off angle for people hitting tunnel is on top of this plat here. If you're trying to play even credier, you can lay down and watch the push from here before standing up and challenging. Another great angle for watching tunnel flank is on top of this box. If you crouch and cut to the left, you can see down the entirety of tunnel. And if anybody's looking for you here, they're cheating. Inside of P2, this is one of the best money hills in the game. If you're trying to catch people that are over peeking the window to get them off of time, instead of standing out in the open, what you should do is slide in front of this barrel and crouch down, which gives you a much better head glitch over that person top P2. And this gunfight is a lot harder to win than this gunfight. If you have control of tunnel and are trying to hold your opponents off from ticket and garage, a nice angle is on top of the trash bags here. This allows you to look into garage and have a head glitch on the white truck. And you can shoot for this gate no problem, and you even get aim assist through it, fortunately. If you're trying to look out for them first, you can look through the window and then strafe left. Only problem with this is you can't shoot them through the window. If you get on top of the bomb, you can jump into this corner. This allows you to watch your flank from secret steps or zig, as well as your push from fire. Just be careful because as you look this way, your body is pretty visible from the fire side. From P5, a great way to watch your garage flank is to lay down in these stacks here. If somebody pushes from the garage side, you have line of sight on them. You can also shoot through this, so there's no problem, but you can stand up if you want a better angle. And if you're trying to break P2, you can slide over here and hop on top of the dumpster, which allows a better head glitch. You can hop on this ledge, watch your deep tunnel flank. You can lay down, chow ticket. You can even jump on this plat and do the same thing. You can also hop up on this ledge, which gives you a head glitch over all of fire, all of TV, and you can walk all the way along it. You can also go on the outside of this window. If you crouch along this ledge, you can see into fire this way, as well as top hop. You can also jump into that corner over there, which allows you a nice line of sight towards anybody flanking B. In this back alley, you can also walk on top of this grate. It allows you to jump chow anybody that's playing this back alley. You should also know that laying down near or on top of these trash bags is a much deeper corner than you think and is very hard to expect from the enemy's POV. One of my favorite spots for watching graffiti flank is to hop on top of this AC, which gives a nice off angle that's higher than you expect for anybody pushing the back alley. The same AC is back here by God Steps if you're trying to watch the flank or just play an off angle back here. Don't be afraid to hop on this AC. You can also lay down behind it and have half your body covered if you're trying to watch your short flank while your teammate might be sitting here checking the A-bomb. Tip number 2 is nade spots. Like we talked about earlier, one of the most common rushes on S&D is this single hop right here. To counter this, you can hop on the dumpster like we talked about earlier, cook the nade, and then send it up towards the plat. You have to jump a little bit as well so it doesn't get a weird bounce on top of the plat. But what that looks like on the kill cam, and the timing works out so that if you throw it there, it will explode as people are jumping on the hop up. To make that nade easier, you can put on ordnance gloves. That way it gives a better trajectory and doesn't have a weird bounce on top of the plat. Here's what that looks like. It goes straight through the window, just hitting one bounce and then blowing up on the hop up. Another common spot for people to go on search and destroy is ticket. That way they have an angle over blue doors and anybody pushing from fire. To counter that on defense, as you're going up the stairs on the left side, you just need to look over that window there, jump and send. This will take care of anybody that's playing on top of the ticket like we talked about earlier. As you see, it goes up and over that left window and lands perfectly on top of ticket. You can nade the single hop from the back alley as well. You just need to line it up with the second window before jumping and sending. This nade will go up and over the window, and since you angled it more to the right, it'll land right on that hop up. From the offensive side, one of the most underrated nades is the one that lands blue door. A lot of people think that they can hit this nade and hit this smoke, but they can't. I know because I play in this corner a lot of times and a lot of the nades miss me. What you need to do is cook the nade as you get to ticket, line it up with the left side of that AC, and it'll blow up right in the doorway of blue. This is a much better way to do it because it doesn't bounce past that corner. It blows up right at the corner. Same thing with the smoke. You need to make sure you send it a little bit higher than you would think. Then it will land right at that alleyway, allowing people to push up onto the site without giving your opponents too much of a one-way. And tip number 3 is callouts. This is ticket. We have top plat, bottom garage, DVD. Back here is playground, basketball. This is laundry or B-bomb. This is back alley. Back alley leads to apartments. There's top apartments, lower apartments. Pit. This is pit. This alleyway right here is called short. Short leads to barber or P4. Zig or god steps. I like to call this long or a long. This is secret steps. Secret steps leads to DVD. We have TV. This is fire. I like to call this bathroom or bathroom corner. This is blue doors. This alleyway back here is P3 or graffiti. This area is called P5. This is red crate, blue crate. This is P2 or blue. We have top P2, bottom P2, and this is of course tunnel. I hope you all enjoyed and learned something. If you did, let me know with a like and a subscribe, and I will catch you next time at lunchtime.